The man you're looking at right now is the CEO of a well-established investment firm that's been operating for over 16 years. It's not a new player in the game. They've been around for quite a while. But recently, something huge happened. This company, which he personally founded, just rolled out a brand new XRP-focused fund. And here's the kicker. This XRP fund has blown every other fund they've ever managed out of the water. It's hands down their best performing fund in the entire 16-year history of the firm. Not even close. This guy is raking in serious cash from this move. And honestly, I've got to give him credit. He saw the opportunity, took action, and it's paying off big time. Why? Because XRP is becoming a dominant force in the crypto world. Global interest in it is soaring. And if you've been paying attention, that shouldn't be surprising. XRP actually solves real problems. It has genuine utility. It's not just hype. Despite being massively suppressed for years, mainly due to the SEC's legal assault in the US, XRP is still standing. That chapter is closed now. And what you're seeing play out today is exactly what I've been saying for years. Throughout the long-running legal battle, I kept saying that once XRP is given a fair shot, a level playing field, it will shine. And now, it's finally happening right in front of us. In this video, I'm going to share exactly what this CEO had to say about it. I took the time to transcribe his words for you. But real quick, just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have any kind of financial background. This is purely a hobby for me. I just enjoy talking about crypto and making videos about topics I find interesting. So don't make any investment decisions based on what I say. This is all for entertainment and discussion only. I get it. We're seeing some volatility today. At the time I'm recording this, XRP is sitting around $3.05. But like I mentioned in my last video, today's an FOMC day, so a bit of price fluctuation is par for the course. That said, I've got some strong reasons to stay bullish on XRP, not just for the short term, but big picture. And let's be honest, it's kind of hilarious how no one wants XRP when it's cheap. Check this out. XRP community member King Heron shared a meme that nails this perfectly. It shows two lines of buyers. When XRP was just 50 cents, there's basically no line. No one cared. But fast forward to when it hit $1, the line is out the door. The meme is clearly from a time when XRP at $1 seemed wild. But the point still hits today. Even now, XRP recently surged past $3.65, and demand is still going strong. The market has its usual swings, but interest hasn't faded. Chart analyst XRPunky chimed in and said, "The class of 2025 is already buying XRP at $3. And honestly, he's right. That meme needs an update. Maybe show buyers lining up at $10. Because if we hit that price, I won't be shocked. Now, I'm not making a price prediction. That's not my thing. But I fully expect XRP to be worth far more than it is today before this bull cycle wraps up. Mark my words. People are finally catching on to what many of us have known for years. XRP isn't going anywhere. It's a long-term winner. Even with prices much higher than last year, this is far from the end of the road. You know who's paying attention? The whales. The smart money. They're diving in, making waves. Literally. Look at this. Analyst Dali Martinez reported that whales scooped up 60 million XRP in just the past 24 hours. That was just yesterday evening. Even if we see short-term dips, do you think those whales are getting it wrong? Absolutely not. They're buying now for a reason. And when we get near the top, the signs will be there. And trust me, I'll make videos highlighting it when those same whales start to offload. That time is not now. Need more evidence? Check out this chart from Steph is Crypto. It shows XRP inflows into Binance, pulled straight from the XRP ledger, with wallet sizes broken down by tier. The biggest whales holding over 1 million XRP are shown in blue. The mid-tier group 100K minus 1 million XRP in purple, and so on. What we're seeing is telling. Back in November after the election, as XRP shot up, there were major inflows. Clearly people locking in profits. Totally logical. And right after that, the price dipped slightly. But now, those inflows are practically gone. The big players are not rushing to sell. That's critical. Sure, some retail holders might sell during dips. That's typical. But the whales, the seasoned players, they don't dump at a loss. If they acted like short-sighted retail traders, they wouldn't be whales in the first place. This is what separates the smart money from the average investor. And let me tell you, things are only getting more exciting from here. We're nowhere near finished. Now let's circle back to the CEO I mentioned at the start of this video. His name is Sal Gilbert, and he's the head of Teucrium, a long-standing investment firm. Check out this headline from April 23rd of this year. Teucrium CEO says they chose XRP because it has the highest utility and real-world use cases. That quote came from a segment on Bloomberg, where Gilbert was actually debating a news anchor live on national television. I don't remember every word she said, going off memory here, but her argument boiled down to this. XRP is mostly just speculative, but Gilbert wasn't having it. He pushed back hard. He said XRP stands apart specifically because of its utility, and he laid out the reasons why. One key point he made: XRP enables tokenization of real-world assets on the XRP ledger, and that's a big deal. He explained that using XRP for these kinds of applications brings speed, efficiency, and real-time functionality to financial transactions, things that are sorely needed in today's systems. And importantly, XRP itself is required for those operations. It's not just a passive token. It's part of the actual engine. This guy understands the bigger picture. He sees that there's massive global interest in XRP for a reason. Not just hype, but actual utility. And that's why Teucrium went all in on launching an XRP fund. So let's talk about that CEO I mentioned earlier, Sal Gilbert. Just yesterday, he was on CNBC discussing XRP, and I want to break down what he said because it's incredibly telling. Before I dive in, if you're like me and believe XRP is a legit long-term winner in the crypto space, not just based on hype, but on actual fundamentals, just know we're not alone. This isn't just our opinion anymore. Some of the most successful, high-net-worth individuals on the planet are catching on too. Despite everything XRP has been through, from the relentless ESCA battle to over a decade of slander from Bitcoin, maxis and other critics, it has survived and thrived. They tried to kill it. They failed. And now, XRP is gaining serious adoption, and finally, its price is starting to reflect what many of us knew all along. XRP just makes sense. We were right, period. And Sal Gilbert gets it too. In this CNBC segment, he straight up called himself an XRP enthusiast. This isn't just business for him. He's genuinely interested in the technology and its use case. That passion is part of what drove him to launch the XRP fund. And now, it's become the most successful product in his firm's entire 16-year history. Let that sink in. During the interview, the host, Dom, introduced him as the CEO of Teucrium Trading, a firm known for running ETFs, mostly tied to agriculture. But now, they've launched a leveraged fund tied to XRP, and Dom asked, "Why XRP? Why now?" Sal's response was powerful. He said there's been overwhelming interest in XRP, not just among crypto diehards, but from investors in general. He even referenced the XRP army and admitted he understands why the community is so passionate. Since launching the fund just under 16 weeks ago, they've pulled in hundreds of millions of dollars. It's been the most successful fund in Teucrium's entire history. Think about that. The firm's been around for 16 years, and in just a few months, this XRP-focused product blew everything else out of the water. If you're still sitting on the sidelines, wondering if XRP is the right bet, what more do you need? I wish I could shake you through the screen, because it's painfully obvious at this point. XRP is already winning. It's just the rest of the world that's late to the party. Dom then asked, how did a firm known for agriculture, ETFs, make the leap to crypto, and specifically to XRP? Sal explained that they had previously filed for a Bitcoin-related product, so crypto wasn't totally new for them. But when the opportunity opened up to launch an XRP derivative fund without directly holding XRP, they jumped on it. They designed a leveraged product to give traders what they wanted: higher risk, higher potential reward. And with their clever ticker symbol, XXRP, yes, that's real. The fund exploded in popularity from day one. Now let me just say this. Personally, I'm not a fan of leverage. I don't touch it. Not my style. But I also understand that other people are more comfortable taking on that kind of risk. If that's you, go for it. Just be careful, because leveraged instruments can burn you fast. And to be clear, this particular fund isn't even designed for long-term holding. It's a trading tool, not a buy and hold investment. But here's why I'm highlighting this. If a leveraged XRP fund can become Teucrium's most successful product ever, just imagine what's going to happen once spot XRP ETFs get approved. Because you know what? It's coming. This leveraged fund is just a preview, a trailer for what's around the corner. Once spot ETFs for XRP roll out, the kind backed by actual XRP tokens, the level of investor demand will blow this out of the water. It'll be like comparing a garden hose to a fire hydrant. Mark my words, XRP ETFs are inevitable. The war on crypto is winding down. An expert opinion points to approvals potentially happening later this year, possibly right in the middle of an XRP bull run. Imagine the momentum if those two forces align. And here's where it gets even more exciting. When spot ETFs start attracting billions in capital, you don't just get a dollar-for-dollar effect. Research shows that for every $1 that flows into crypto, it can trigger a 10x or even 20x increase in market cap, depending on liquidity and other dynamics. That's not speculation. That's how the math often works in less liquid markets. Sure, XRP is a larger cap coin now, so you won't get the same explosive returns as with tiny altcoins. But it still has plenty of room to run. We're talking about real money, institutional money, entering the space and staying there for the long haul. So buckle up, folks. The trend is just beginning, and we're not even close to the peak. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is financial advice. This is just for entertainment and discussion. You're responsible for your own decisions.